Brought to you by Grow Generation. Today's episode of the Cantina is: whether on Dagobah or Tatooine you are, everything you need to grow right where you are, they have. Later in the episode, more on them you will hear.
Welcome to a galaxy far, far away. Here at the Cantina Podcast, we provide top shelf service, including rumors, leaks, news, and reviews. Come in, order a Loman Ale, and remember, no droids allowed.
Welcome everyone to another episode of the Cantina. We're kind of back with regular Cantina now, because the last few weeks we have been doing Cantina reviews. Obviously, we've been reviewing the book of Boba Fett. That's finished now, funnily enough. So we're kind of back to just normal Cantina, which is, if you've seen this show before, me and Kyle, and sometimes Shockey, talking about various news that's come out in the past week or whatever for Star Wars. I'm Cam Clark, as always. My co-host is Kyle Malone. Kyle, how are you doing? And feel free to let us know what other lovely services we provide here at the GenreVerse Podcast Network.
Absolutely, Cam. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking about that. And where did my Damn, that really went away, huh? You guys can find us on the GenreVerse Podcast Network, wherever you get your podcast from. Google, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. And of course, we also have the GenreVerse Podcast Network's YouTube channel, wherever you get YouTube from, which is only one place because it's fucking YouTube. And I've been making that joke for a week now, and I shall stop after today. That's a good song from a Goofy movie, After Today. Anyways, guys, social media information is down below. LRMonline.com and genreverse.com are the websites. Be sure to check those out every day for all your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. Yeah, man, that's what I got, Cam.
Okay, well, let's get straight into the news then. So we're going to start off with a story that we covered today. We didn't break, but kind of the reason we didn't break this story was kind of my fault, to be honest. And that's that John Williams is back in some capacity to do some scoring work on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Kel's probably got the thing up just now.
I'll have it up in just a second, but you keep talking about it. I had to recrop the Chrome window.
Let me kind of run through the process of what happened. So Kyle knows this fully well because he was involved in it. And, we got a bit of information yesterday through Shockey, who kind of deals with all our sources at Lucasfilm or elsewhere. And basically saying John Williams is back helping to score Obi-Wan Kenobi. So, and we can cover that if we want. So after that, I had said, well, let's try and get a bit more information first, basically. Is he just scoring one part of it? Is he scoring the whole show? I think if we can get a bit more information just to target the story a little bit better, that would suffice. Then last night I was looking for stories as you do, and I came across an interview on the OneRing.net, which was with forget the name, Joanna Robinson, who basically had worked for Vanity Fair and had been doing all the coverage of the Rings of Power, the new Lord of the Rings show.
Dude's wearing a Totoro hat. That's funny. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm a big Tolkien fan. We've been covering that show, or the kind of lead up to that show, on the site as well, so that's why I was watching the video. And lo and behold, at the very end of it, I think it's like 1 hour 53 minutes, about exactly, one of the hosts on there says, right, I've got basically a non-Lord of the Rings rumour for you. John Williams was in a studio recording with an orchestra, and the name outside the door was Kenobi. And I thought, okay, that's out there now. I kind of think we have to just jump in with what we've got and back that up. So we did so, and that's why we kind of brought out that article. So do we know any more information yet? No, I'm afraid we don't. So I still could not tell you. I mean, I would love it if he was scoring like the whole show. Kyle would love it. We would be absolutely in 100% if that was the case. And I know a lot of fans won't.
That's part of the prequel trilogy is his music. Same with the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I agree with you. The man is just an absolute legend. I love him to bits. And, you know, I would more than happy to see him back, but we don't know if that is the case. He's done something for Obi-Wan Kenobi, whether he's done the whole thing, whether he's just been conducting it, whether, you know, the parts that are, you know, maybe callbacks to stuff.
Something came in for consultation. Maybe he's involved.
His old themes, we genuinely don't know. All we know is he was involved in some way for it. So that's the kind of news that's out yesterday. If you're watching this today, and we've been kind of getting a lot of traction on social media and people
and thank you guys
like us,
for
hoping the same things. You know, I hope he's back. This is great news, etc. And you know, we absolutely agree with that 100%. Anything you want to say about it, Kel?
Well, just the people online that share our stories, some of the bigger Twitter accounts, you know, Star Wars Underworld. Thank you guys, and this is not endorsements or telling anyone to follow them. Just seeing people with big counts sharing our stuff. There was like Star Wars Culture, I believe is what it was called. The Holocron, Star Wars Holocron, talking about it. So thanks to those that share that. And
I do browse the Star Wars spoilers subreddit because it's the best place to find news, to be perfectly honest with you. So when I'm looking for news that didn't come from us, you know, check there, because those guys are just like on it, like Johnny in the spot. And I think Bespin Bulletin shared it as well. So thanks to those guys. They've been coming up with a lot of stuff that we've been sharing lately, because they've been getting a lot of good information as well. So.
And so thanks to everyone that does that. And this is an example of why people should check on articles, at least skim them at minimum, because some people jumped and were like, oh, you know, until you hear it from someone official, and it's like, well, you opened the article, you would have seen the video, and that we're just saying, hey, this industry guy that was there saw something that we all also heard about.
There's actually even more evidence for that I didn't realise until this all kind of started blowing up, which is that John Williams did an Instagram post. I'm not really on Instagram, I'll be honest, so unless I see something covered elsewhere, I tend not to put up stuff on Instagram, but apparently he was on Instagram and sharing just after he had recorded something with an orchestra, because it was his birthday, and they'd all kind of did something for his birthday and they were kind of celebrating it. People started wondering at that point, could it be something Star Wars related, you know, which is, you know, just that's what people are going to do, you know. Whether the two things are connected, actually, I couldn't tell you for certain, but one would think there's a good chance it is.
Real possibility. I hope that he came in to use his classic themes, and potentially, I know he said he wasn't into writing new stuff, so I think it's not likely, but potentially, what if we got a new piece, man? Like a new Obi-Wan Kenobi theme? Like,
because he doesn't really have his own theme, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Because his theme was kind of the Force theme,
but
then Luke kind of takes it. It's like that almost follows the lead Jedi. Through the old trilogy, he doesn't really have his own theme. Yeah.
I can feel a Force theme inspired new piece with even maybe hints of the Force theme legit in it, blended in. But
I just really want
what a
that Force, because
I was gonna say what a send off, because while the music of Rise of Skywalker was fine, it's good, it's epic, it's big. You can hear Star Wars, you can hear Williams. I don't have that on my playlist. Empire's on my playlist. Jedi's on my playlist.
It's also because you're not associating it with a film you like. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
When I watched Empire hundreds and hundreds of times, like those themes, like I mean, I would watch Empire and I would let the credit before the days when you could just download any music you want. I didn't have the music, so I used to just let the end credits play when I watched Empire. You know, because it was so good.
So it's the idea of him getting a second chance at going out on top, going out with a theme or a piece that will be forever remembered. You know, if he had retired after episode 1, you know, everyone would have been like, "Oh shucks," but you would have had Duel of the Fates, motherfucker.
Kind of
you know,
he keeps saying keeps saying he's out, but they drag him back in, and it's almost like, well, we need Johnny Williams for this, and it's
so.
But
I do wonder, and again, this is just us, you know, wondering if he's going to get to do a new piece. Lucas, my son, I gotta clarify because this is a Star Wars show, and if I say Lucas, people assume I'm talking George. No, my son, Lucas. He slept for years with Star Wars music or Final Fantasy music, and a playlist of blended. And slowly over time, we've allowed him to add more instrumental musics. He had sleep issues, so we didn't want anything too stimulating. Kid loves metal and punk rock, so but that's a bit too much for sleep. Yeah, so dude, I slept with I had a Sony boombox 3 disc CD changer in my room. And had a New Hope, Empire, and Jedi's soundtracks on CD in that on repeat and shuffle.
Yeah, well,
and it was cool because it would
CDs
yeah,
didn't
man.
exist. So,
I know.
And it was cassette.
Well, they existed. They just weren't commonplace yet. Yeah, and expensive.
Yeah, I still remember them doing a little show. It was this thing on BBC, which we have in the UK, where they like introduced, this is the compact disc, and this is going to revolutionise it. You know, I remember watching them going, what's all the fuss about? You know, until I actually got one. Anyway, there is other news that's come out this week about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we have a little bit of information that we're going to get to as we get to the kind of end of the Obi-Wan Kenobi section as well. Obviously, we know the date for Obi-Wan now is May 25th. That's when it's coming out, which, by the way, I guessed, but like only a week ago, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we've recently covered is a couple of articles from Making Star Wars. And the most recent one I think we did was, I thought it was either yesterday or the day before, that Bail Organa, as in Jimmy Smits, would be showing up in Obi-Wan Kenobi. So MSW are saying that they've heard information that Jimmy Smits is definitely in Obi-Wan Kenobi. There has been some rumours, you know, suggesting that he may show up in Andor as well.
Right.
But I kind of don't know if that's season 1 or season 2, because I know that he was doing something else while Andor was filming. So, I genuinely couldn't put my kind of finger on that. But although we did... Sorry, when you go.
I was going to add on to that piece real quick, though, as we have seen with all of those filming confusions last year, they'll film shit before, during, and after your primary production on a location using a similar setup just because they can, or in the volume. So
yeah, 100%.
A lot of shit's possible.
I think I kind of figured Bill would be in this, even if it was just a short scene. So,
back with the Leia reveal.
That exciting news almost, but, at the end of the day, there wasn't actually any rumours of this until MSW said it. No one else had confirmed at any point that Jimmy Smits was back. And, so it's good to get that information.
He wasn't on the official cast list that they did show, that showed like the Lars family and stuff. But when it broke last year about Leia being in it, it kind of made sense, and you think to that to the A New Hope message, about my serving with my father in the Clone Wars. He needs your help again, or however she words it. I can't remember the verbatim anymore. But I figured he would make an appearance. And it's cool. It's one of those. It's one of those pieces of the prequel trilogy coming into the OT that doesn't annoy me. And like seeing him in Rogue One was completely
because I actually
fine
think
with
we
me.
almost didn't see enough of Bail Organa in the prequels. Like he didn't show up until the second one
to a degree. Yeah,
he kind of feels like just this background character. And I think if you'd have thought back before we had the prequels, and you'd have said, right, who are going to be major players in the prequel trilogy, do you think, episode 1, 2, and 3? You'd have probably said Bail Organa will be one of the main players. That would have made sense. So, considering how much he was involved, it was a lot less than I possibly thought going in.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself is the bridge between the two trilogies. I know a lot of people. Well, Anakin wouldn't be a bridge. He's a main character for both trilogies. Vader,
it's more like
Vader
a molten lava lake between the two.
There you go. But a bridge being something that's not necessarily important to the other side, but starts on one end and helps bring it. So Obi-Wan is important via story, but he's not a main focus through the OT at all. So he helps bridge that really, really well with a physical character. This is another bridge. Here you got Bail created, in the prequel trilogy. Not created then, but
and
this version,
Obi-Wan
what we see,
Kenobi itself, in terms of the show, will be a major bridge, between the massive trilogies.
And so, it makes good sense to have him on there. And like I said, because he's not that big of a deal in the prequels, he doesn't do anything, say anything stupid. I don't hate seeing his face.
He's just like neutral good, isn't he? That's the thing with Bale. He's just he's a good character, and he doesn't do anything. So he doesn't develop. He starts off good and he ends up just exactly the same. Very altruistic and everything like that, which isn't very exciting.
No,
because there's no conflict really. But
good for exposition. Good for exposition.
that could be something good to see. A different side to him, possibly, which I think you see glimpses of in Rogue One, but again, he's not in it a tremendous amount, but you can see his opinion is certainly not what the popular opinion is at that point. He's more in a, we need to do something about this. He's not really one of the ones that's want to sit back and just hope it all blows over, go to the Winchester.
He had a big role in the EU, especially in the formation of the rebellion. Him, Leia, of course, as well as Mon Mothma, and in the old EU it was Garm Bel Iblis, or Iblis, however you want to pronounce it, a Carillion, I believe. All you guys hear about stuff like that in the Heirs of the Empire trilogy,
but because Bale shows up in Clone Wars and he showed up in Rebels as well. Just those little interconnected sort of tissue moments. So.
And I'm fine with him kind of being that Agent Coulson, if you will, for the MCU back in the day. I can kind of see him as like that character,
And I suppose he is a bit older now, but this will be the oldest we've seen him though as well.
Yes.
I know there's only like 5 years between like this and Rogue One would be the oldest we've seen him, because Rogue One's the closest to A New Hope.
Yep.
Yeah, so they might have to make him look a little bit younger than he currently is. But Jimmy Smits never ages anyway. He's one of those guys. He just looks the same. He's looked the same for 30 years. Paul Rudd, yeah.
Ming-Na Wen, oh my God, she hasn't aged
she does
ever.
Not age ever, does she? It feels as if she's been around forever.
Christine, my wife, for those that don't know who she is, she's a witch.
yeah.
Her and Rudd bathe in
just,
the blood of like nuns and babies. It's fucked up, man. I don't know how they do it.
Just to point out, LRM does not insinuate that these people bathe in the blood of babies.
Actual blood of nuns or babies.
I don't think anyone really thought that anyway.
We should take a break.
We should take a break, yeah, and we'll come back and talk some more Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow. The Grow Generation commercial team is armed with industry-leading professional consultants. Grow Generation's team will help you fully manage any size or scale project. They offer turnkey facility designs, cultivation room design, and on-site project consultation. Go to www.growgeneration.com, where the pros go to grow.
One-upping each other in, I may have accidentally got the commercial out too fast again, but anyways, one-upping each other in like insults or funny jokes like that, like a dark humor joke happens a lot downrange, like in country. Fuck, that's another one. Deployed in combat zones. Because you're bored. You're on a patrol. You're working a construction job. Maybe you're the mail person. Because the Navy did that. They were our postal workers. But Afghanistan and Iraq are well, Iraq's mostly landlocked. They got a little sliver of space, but anyways, so it's funny the Navy being there. But those types of jokes and stuff is you see it in movies. We talked about it on Saving Private Ryan. You know, the kind of dark humor the soldiers are telling each other, and it's kind of like, you kind of. The place does things to you, and you also do things, and I'm not talking violence or anything like that, but certain humor things, certain behavior things that you do to cope. So anyways, no bathing in the blood of anything, unless it's fake stage blood for some sort of, costume gig. then you can bathe in all of the fake blood you want. So Cam, we got one story that we were going to talk about, Vader related, and then right before we started talking, what happened?
Well, right. So first of all, I'll maybe cover the kind of story that we did cover already first, which was also from MSW, which was that they had said they had heard information that Vader doesn't make an appearance in Obi-Wan Kenobi as a character. Certainly maybe as a presence, but as a character until episode 3. But then as in each episode following that, which is, again, fine information, it actually kind of makes sense in terms of how you would build a narrative like that. But yeah, we just got some information before we recorded this, actually, some new information about Obi-Wan Kenobi. Actually got a little bit more we're going to even talk about, because we don't really want to get any kind of story spoilers in any way. That's not really what we do. But we're pretty confident, and there may be an article, by the way, on LRM, saying that this is an exclusive before we kind of come out with this, but just depending on when we record. But as we record it just now, this is the first time we've said it.
I don't know, Cam. I could get this edited up, and we could tease a bit and have this go live tomorrow at a certain. Either way, you guys will be able to read and more.
Yeah,
on
we'll cover it some way written as well.
Make money.
But basically, we got information that we all know that Vader and Obi-Wan are going to go toe-to-toe, but we've heard it's not once that they actually face each other twice within the series. One would expect some sort of... We don't know the exact details of this, so please, this is just speculation at this point. I would speculate maybe they face off against each other, they part certain ways, and then they have to face each other again in some sort of climax towards the end of the series. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it. But we've been told 100% that there are true confrontations between Vader and Obi-Wan. Actually, we don't even know necessarily if it's a fight. It could be just a confrontation.
Yeah.
Did we?
Vocal.
I don't know if we got that early.
Let me look in our chat real quick and see if I can if there's something specific I can say. This is the quote from Shockey, and he of course is paraphrasing what he's been told. Kenobi and Vader face off twice in the series.
Okay,
and
so
then something about Kyle's the greatest thing that ever happened to LRM. I know. Thanks, Mike.
You never said that.
But yes, he uses the word face off. But again,
Okay, so-
that could be a vocal confrontation. Maybe
That's
even
what I
sabers
thought.
drawn, but
I
not
mean,
clash.
Again, we're not saying that that's the case here, right? So we don't know. I don't think we will get any more information on this. I think what we have now is all we're going to get, that they face off twice, basically. And, you know, we will find out when we watch the series, if that is correct, and the circumstances of it when we watch it ultimately. But yeah, if this ends up coming out before the article, there's an exclusive for you. I don't think anybody else has come up with anything on that I've seen, and I spent my day looking for Star Wars news, so I doubt it.
And it makes sense with a 2 when you hear meeting or that Vader's in episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6, and since this is as standalone as a canon Star Wars thing is, I mean that this is not getting multiple seasons.
No, I mean,
that we know of. Then again, Disney does some dumb shit sometimes. So but anyways, this is its own thing. So I don't expect any of these episodes to not feature Obi-Wan Kenobi. I know we've all taken a good jab at Book
he's
of Boba
only
Fett,
in episode 1, and then he comes
Yeah.
back at the end, and the rest of the
Well,
show's about Plo Koon.
You got to remember what this show started out as, which was the movie, which we had heard was being billed as the search for Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that they basically took the movie script and tried to spread it out into a series. And that's when, like, Filoni and Favreau are alleged to have gotten involved, when even Feige, I think, was consulted, maybe by those two.
Goes. Yeah, so
the rumor goes. But that kind of makes sense, and so what I'm saying is, I expect, like you said, some sort of initial quick but verbal force battle, maybe lightsabers touch a couple of times, and then some sort of like a teaser, you know, that's like that.
A teaser for us.
Yeah.
That all we're
And
gonna
then the
get,
big one coming at the end
meet again, and it goes kind of maybe more full scale.
Yeah.
And that's when they start twirling their swords round behind their back.
Yeah. And doing the same
And they
move
just-
10, 15 times.
And they do it so fast they take off.
That's actually a really good question, Cam. And let me to transition out of the browser screen. When it comes to those lightsaber duels from the prequel trilogy, you and I, we love the Phantom Menace lightsaber duels. I had to make sure I got the rest of that sentence out because the rest of the film can fuck itself.
Yeah,
but we love that, and we both, you and I have both admitted that it does have flourishes and stuff like you see in a lot of Hollywood things, but that it felt more like Jedi fighting that we would see in our minds, right? And then by the time you get to 2 and 3, although the Anakin and Dooku in 3 was better than 2, it's all dancing it's dancing. They're dancing with glow sticks. No tactical sense.
The Obi-Wan, this fight was okay in Revenge of the Sith as well. I kind of thought the Obi-Wan Grievous fight, because it kind of doesn't.
It was different. Yeah.
Go the normal way you would expect.
Yeah,
but,
it was different.
But yeah,
so,
it just got too fancy. So I would hope that
that's what I was going to ask.
Pull that back a little bit, yeah.
Pull it back. So that's what I was going to say. We saw whether you like the sequels or not. Those were good lightsaber duels. There's weight behind their hits. I know people will be like, "Oh, the CGI mistakes, guys."
There'll be people out there who didn't like the sequels and love the prequel ones that hate us now.
Yeah, I know.
That's okay.
I know,
but
right?
You're wrong.
It's okay. Knife mistakes and weapon mistakes are super commonplace in movies. Hell, Falcon and Winter Soldier had one. It happens all the time. But people expect fancy shit Also, man, it's Vader in a suit, so it can't really be as fancy as.
You can't be flipping about the place. I don't want to see Vader doing any somersaults and shit, man. I mean, Vader fights different from Anakin.
Exactly.
It's precision. It's more sort of that. Is it kendo? You know, the kind of. That's the feeling you always get from Vader, and just using his power casually, very precise movements. It, certainly, only going by the fights that we've seen, which the most up there high scale fight was probably the one in Rogue One. But still, he looks like Vader. That looks like Vader fighting. It's not some Jedi flipping about the place.
He's every move he makes is that, ladies and gentlemen, is a place where the twirling movement made sense as he's blocking laser blasts. He's creating a pattern with the blade to protect his body. He's not doing the same move as his opponent 10 times in a row to dance like him and Obi-Wan did in Sith. But the duel I think we're gonna see is somewhere between Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi. Luke and Vader's duel in Jedi is what you wish Vader and Obi-Wan's duel looked like in a New Hope. It was very weighted, very precision, like you said. It was
more
a
about
good
the words
duel.
sometimes than it is the
absolutely
the action, because they have this deep connection. It's not like when you just fight random guy you don't know. There's nothing to talk about then,
right. And I think they'll give them a bit more flourish than the OT had, but I don't think it will be. Nor would I want it to be like the prequels. So like I said, somewhere between, Force Awakens and Return of the Jedi's style and weight. That's what I feel, man. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. I don't think it works now using the kind of choreography that they used for the prequels. It was of its time in some ways, but yeah, that doesn't work for me. So I'm with you.
Anyways. We got one more story?
Yeah, let's talk about the High Republic show. All right, so where to start? Okay, so we've talked about on this show before about we thought there was a secret movie coming. We then found out it was either going to be Old Republic or the High Republic. We weren't sure. We did some more digging. We were told it was going to be the High Republic. Then we kind of never heard anything about it. Then Jordan Mason, who was involved with us previously on the whole Old Republic, High Republic, and something aimed at kids. So, this wasn't exclusive information from LRM, actually. I think Jordan was first and we were just backing him up at the time, so just be clear on that. But then it started to come out that, I think through Jordan initially, that this might be actually a TV series, which we always said at the time we thought would be a better idea than a movie anyway.
And putting it on Disney Plus, no matter 100%. What, even if it was a movie, putting it on Disney, yeah.
And, basically this was the same project. We then had a mystery Star Wars series get announced on Production Weekly, who very rarely ever get anything wrong. So basically what they're saying is there is an unnamed Star Wars show. It's due to film kind of summer into December in Manhattan Beach. And the working title of that show is Grammar Rodeo. Just about the same time, our source basically sent us, I think I put it on, I can't remember exactly what I'd put on, but it was something like the new mystery Star Wars show is the High Republic show. In other words, what we spoke about before. It's shooting in Manhattan Beach. Working title is Grammar Radio, which I think they just obviously picked that up wrong. Radio to rodeo, obviously they mean the same thing. So we're pretty certain that there is a High Republic show going to be filming this summer into winter. It's going to go on to Disney Plus. We've also had some cast come out for the Illuminati, then come out with some casting calls, which they say are for this mystery show. and they're for young actors, like 11, 12 years old, and that matches exactly what we heard at the time, which was that there was going to be a young cast. Even back at the time when we thought it was a movie, we always said, and I think so did Jordan Mason, a young cast. I think Bespin Bulletin also had a little bit of information themselves about the kind of the things that were in production weekly, and they confirmed that there was definitely a show coming as well. So, you know, that's a lot of people who I would say are very good, you know, who people that they definitely do have inside sources at Lucasfilm, all kind of saying basically the same thing. Yeah, it looks like there's a High Republic show coming. It'll come on to Disney Plus. It'll star a younger cast. That's about it. I think Jordan had said, think Stranger Things in space, but that's not something we've heard. So just letting you know what kind of Jordan had said in one of his Cinelinx articles. You know, we're all getting slightly different information, but I think the key point is that we're all hearing the same things from completely independent sources at this point.
We've got two males, one cast for a female, and one that could be, as it's worded here, young actress. It says of binary actor of any ethnicity.
Is it not all?
But that's what I'm thinking. It's probably R or I mean or. So you might have non-binary or and one female or two females in that one. All of these are 11, 12. Faye, Kylie, Ned, and Wyatt, and those are not names that will go with people, but for our audio listeners, this is what's in the piece on our website and sourced originally as Cam had said, describing them as intelligent and serious for Kylie, having a chip on their soldier for Faye, a rule following bestie Ned to Wyatt, who is attention easily diverted and wants to be a hero, looking away to the horizon. His mind's never on what he's doing,
never on where it was.
So, but it sounds so stereotypical of every kid adventure thing. So I have no interest.
There's some fans of the High Republic. We haven't read the High Republic books yet because they are more aimed at a young adult audience, and
it was awful.
It's not my cup of tea, really. But you know, I'll maybe get to them at some point when I've not got things that I'm more excited to read in front of me instead. Yeah, some of the people that have and are into those books are now speculating that this is a set of characters that appear in some of the books. I don't know the characters, so you know I can't comment on that. Sorry, we're not, for the High Republic fans, maybe we're not the best podcast in the world because we've not read it yet. Sorry, you know there is a lot to Star Wars. It is quite hard to keep up.
Dirty secret. Everything. Most people haven't read them, so.
Well,
but if you like them, that's fine for you. We're not knocking people that like them.
Not everyone reads, but you know. Anyway, we don't know on that, so I'm not going to get any speculating on who they might be or anything like that. But it does sound to me, just reading what other people are saying, like these could be characters that you've already met maybe in some of the books. I mean, for all we know, it could be that they're actually adapting one of those books into a series, something that's already out there. I kind of doubt it, but you know, again, I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think Disney will ever adapt a book into a Star Wars book into a movie. That they're gonna want. They want to double and triple dip as much as they can. Like, they would rather find a pocket with those people that you love to tell a new thing than just rehash.
I don't know. The High Republic's a slightly different thing. I mean, I think if someone released a High Republic book, which the Star Wars fan base just went gaga for, you know, which could happen. Because
you think they would make it into movie?
I don't see why not. Why not? If it was that good, if it was that popular, and people were wanting.
I don't know. It just seems like I don't know, man. That just seems weird.
I mean, the contracts, I know that there was issues before because they didn't want to pay writers who had written previous stories. But imagine anyone who writes a Star Wars book now kind of knows, like, this is not your idea. You know, this is going through a story group. Mm-hmm. You're just the writer. You know, you're just basically paid work here or whatever.
Maybe. It would be weird. It would be weird just because it's Star Wars, you know? It would be a bit weird. But anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying it is possible in the future.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that kind of covers that. Not really heard anything more about it at all at the moment, but there we go. And just kind of talking about, you know, just a little bit of a promo. If you want to bring up the kind of piece that we did, Kyle, on the other day there, I also put up just a list of all the exclusive stories we've ran just for Star Wars. We have had a couple of Marvel ones that we did check out, but it's like 2 across the last 2 years. So it's not really worth tooting our horn about that. But we have got an article on the website now. It's basically LRM's record so far with exclusive Star Wars scripts, just so that people can get an idea of what our hit rate's like. And I think if you look at it and look at all the stuff that we've covered, and I've only not put in the things where we've just backed up somebody else, only the stuff where we've been first to say something, then I think you'll see that the record is pretty good. We're not really a leak site at all, but, you know, we do get Star Wars information, and we do try to make sure that it's our only goal is that it's right. That, you know, we really make sure that we're getting stuff right. We haven't got everyone right. You know, Famously, we've got one wrong recently, but you know, we're still kind of looking into why that was the case, because it's so unusual for us. Really, you know, our sources are really, really good, but they don't feed us information every day. So you know, we have to decide what we're going to cover as we get the information. And so, just wanted to promote that to people if they want to go and look at our records. Other than that, I think that kind of closes up this episode, unless you've got anything else you want to.
Yeah, I wanted to just talk on that last bit for a quick second. Wrong, you know, I hate it when people will look at just the history of now. So you're only as good as your most recent scoop, right?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
You could have a hit rate. You could be batting, you know, you could be batting. I'm not going to use baseball stuff, but you could be doing really, really well, you know, hitting 98%, and your last mistake was like two years ago, not ours being that long ago. But as soon as you make that mistake, boom, you're garbage. I mean, look how bad people got when Disney Plus Day had nothing for Star Wars. You know, people were burning flags and books and crosses and shit. It was crazy, it was nuts. And why? Like shit happens, and then there's even times where you can see where things potentially changed. I can recall a trailer scoop that didn't happen. It's really easy to say, don't run the trailer, and more than likely, you ask anyone that wasn't just on the high of shitting on people, what likely happened is, they changed their mind. And there was something else going on at the time that kind of made a bit of sense on potentially delaying it. But other times it's great to keep us transparent, keep us in check. Absolutely. We hate people that are in scoops just to get your clicks. We try not to be clickbaity. I know everyone's got a different definition for it, but keep us honest. When we get shit wrong, make sure we know, you know? But also, hey, it's a fandom,
but if you get 20,
have each other's back.
You get 20 things right and one thing wrong, it doesn't mean you're unreliable.
No. And that's what I was going to say. We're all fans. Have each other's back. If someone's not acting maliciously, don't treat them maliciously. And that includes outlets, Twitter groups, YouTubers, not even just talking about us, just the whole. I mean, look.
Although I would say the ones that are being malicious, You do what you want. Yeah. You do what you want with him.
I was gonna say, and I left the damn other thing up again on accident. I was gonna say, crap, I lost it. That's what happens when I try to multitask. Where was I at? Have each other's backs, basically. You know, when people are doing the bad shit with Star Wars, you know, cut it out of your life. Ignore them. Don't even give them the hate click, and support those, and realize mistakes are gonna happen. Realize intelligence shit will happen sometimes too. People, Marvel's notorious for saying, hey, letting out, you know, false leads and shit like that. But we do a lot of reporting for the industry, and I don't mean LRM. I mean fans. Like fans, when the internet came about, studios slowly started realizing that they could put off the fucking publicity shit on all of us making content for free for others to consume. So it's a community, and yeah, it's a good one. Don't burn the bridges. Be kind and read. There we go, Cam. I'm done now. So yeah, everyone go to lrmonline.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. I already had it up right there. Interviews, opinion pieces, like editorials, even long running ones like the 50B movies that Stefan does. All of the podcasts are there. Check out GenreVerse.com as well. The podcast pages will be going up soon. And then our YouTube channel, hit the red subscribe button. It's not up because I'm logged in. Hit the red subscribe button. Help our subscriber count grow up to big brother LRM and beyond. And yeah, great shows like the Daily Cup of Genre, doing little news and trailer reactions. Breaking Geek Radios does a lot of movie reviews, long form discussion. The Cantina, you guys are watching this. Marvel Multiverse Mayhem. Next week we will have a super cut of a commentary to X-Men or Origins Wolverine, and Animeversal reviews doing Sabikui Bisco. All those are available. Also, and Anime does all sorts of stuff. That's just the current show we're reviewing. They're all available wherever you get your podcast from. Every app there for free. Check it all out. So yeah, Cam.
All right.
That's it,
Done. Guys. Thanks very much for watching. We'll be back next week. And remember to go to Grow Generation. And you can get me at LRM_Cam if you want to shoot us some information, ask us about anything, tell us what you'd like to see more of and less of in the Cantina or on LRMonline.com. Shoot us a message. All right. Thank you very much.
All right. May the force be with you guys.